Oh, done with it. Benjamin Brothers.
Real estate. We got the time. If you want to buy, sell, or learn how to do real estate investing, please call 331-248-7120 or email us at bbrosrealty@gmail.com. That's BBROSREALTY@gmail.com.
That's my theme song, y'all. Used to be all about the Benjamins. I changed it up a little bit and made my own music, so you know how it go. Today is a very epic moment. I was really wanting to move to put my life before the people, but God let me know that He was with me and to push on and keep telling stories that I don't want to tell. Today's conversation is called Living a Double Life. Before I give my testimony on living a double life, he gave me a scripture come out of the book of Revelations. Revelations chapter 3, verse 16. It says, though because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of thy mouth. I will spit thee out of thy mouth is what he said. Because you're neither lukewarm or hot. Basically, the Lord said, get on one side of the fence. If you're going to do something, go ahead and do it. He don't care if it's going to be the wrong thing. He cares, but if you're going to do something, He's basically saying, don't play with it. Put 100% effort into whatever you do. Despite it may be something wrong that you're doing. He don't like nobody that's lukewarm. You know, He likes somebody to be hot or cold. Go for it all. This takes me back to a few years ago, 2016, I opened up the original hip hop shop. Now, reopening the hip hop shop it had its bitter and sweet moments. A lot of people didn't want us to open it up because of the memories of the hip hop shop. Maurice Malone had went back to New York after he closed the shop some years ago. Proof had passed away. M and D12 and them didn't want, you know, they was kind of on the fence about coming to the shop because of one of my partners, Firstborn, was there. So we didn't get too much support and love from some folks, and some folks showed a whole bunch of love. So if anybody that didn't know it, the hip hop shop, the movie 8 Mile was the theme for the hip hop shop. And that movie that was made, 8 Mile, was kind of showing how the hip hop shop used to be before Eminem and D12 got their start. So reopening the hip hop shop was kind of bittersweet. Maurice Malone even said some choice words to us about opening the shop back up. He was mad that we opened it back up. I remember Firstborn saying to him, hey, you the one ran off and left and went to New York and got your deal and left Detroit hanging. So we had a little beef with him. You know, a little conflict, you know, whatever. We still decided to open the shop up. So, if y'all didn't know, the part that Mekhi Phifer played was the part he was playing Proof. And we had a portrait on the wall of Big Proof in his memory because he had passed away and got killed. On the grand opening, his moms came up there and his daughter came up there also, and his mama gave a speech that was so impactful. I'm gonna find a video to that speech one of these days. And she was just basically saying in memory of Proof, because he would have been there, that we need to just keep hip hop alive in Detroit. And we need to definitely keep striving on and keep moving forward in Proof's name. So she gave 100% approval of what we was doing. And like I said, some other folks out of the crew, they was kind of bitter at Firstborn, the way he did things. When Proof died, they had conflict. Who was right, who was wrong, I have no idea. I didn't stick my fingers in that. I was doing what I was doing. And so I didn't put my hands in that cookie jar. But anyway, at the hip hop shop, we did a lot of things. We hosted battles. We threw parties. People came from across the country to see the hip hop shop and the history of the shop. Mind you, the hip hop shop could have been big as Motown Records if we would have kept it open. But some things happened where we had to close it down, and we'll get about that in a probably next week or in a later conversation. But we did a lot of positive things at the shop. I remember we had we used to mentor the kids, after school programs. When school opened up, we would give out backpacks and school supplies. We did a lot of things in that community, just trying to help it thrive again and bring the oomph back to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And we played a major part of that because Detroit definitely supported us. All Detroit supported us, even the suburbs and people coming from different countries, Italy, all parts of Europe, Switzerland. I mean, just everywhere around the country, people come in and would take pictures of the shop because they knew it was a historic place to be where hip hop first started. So we had a lot of good memories in the shop. I remember we did a march. A 2-year-old child by the name of Miracle, she got shot and killed in a drive-by shooting, and over on Winthrop Street, a few blocks from the shop, and we did a march for her. Me and there's a lot of us, a lot of the guys from the Nation of Islam, Trick. Me and Trick was together. There's a lot of us from the, just from those that grew up together. We all grew up together, so we did a major march, and marching the cause for that, whoever killed that little baby to cease gang violence. So we had a lot of good memories at this shop. But behind the scenes, even though we did good, in the public's eye, behind the scenes, a lot of things was going on, especially in my life, and I speak for myself. I was basically living a double life. What do you mean double life? Well, you know how a lot of people say they do a lot of philanthropy and they do a lot of good things in the community and they donate this or that. But they probably won't have the nerve to tell you the skeletons that was in their closet. And I had trouble with today even coming out to speak about some of the things that I went through or was going through at that moment. And the skeletons that was in my closet. Because everybody wants you to see the good, the glitz, the glam. But nobody want to take you in the back room where the skeletons are and the bodies are laying. So I'm kind of going to take y'all through some of those bodies or skeletons that I had in my closet and that I was, kind of wrestling with back in those days. When you in the entertainment world, whether it's hair shows, whether it's modeling, the music industry, any of those industries, there's always sex, drugs, alcohol, and things of that nature. So basically, in the industry that we were in, the people we was entangling ourselves with, it was a lot of distractions. I was even married at the time when I opened up the hip hop shop, and it definitely ruined my marriage because of all the women. I never was I stopped smoking and drinking quite some time ago, but my thing was the women, and there was a bunch of women around, and when you got a bunch of women around, a lot of fornication and adultery could come into play. So that was something that I was wrestling with, and I can recall one weekend we closed the shop down. We didn't have an event this night, Saturday night I believe it was, and I had a special invite. It was an invite only type of party that we went to. It was me, one of my partners, and 2 of our homegirls went. Now, like I say, it was an invite only. At this event was doctors, lawyers, judges, the highest of the high. This was the high matriarch, or whatever the word you want to use, the higher ups of society, the ones that cause the shots, the movers and shakers, as we all say. And I got a special invite. I didn't know what to expect. I heard a few rumors about the invite. The invite was at a hotel room. I can't recall the hotel room off the top of the head. I got the name of it, but I can't remember the name of the hotel room. But the whole hotel, it wasn't a room, the whole hotel was hosting this event. So when you pull up and go in, they literally had the lobby, you go into the lobby, and then behind the desk of the lobby, they had it shielded off with partitions. So if you had a room there for some reason this night, general public, that you didn't know that this event was going on, you can definitely go up to your room and go about your merry way. But if you had this special invite, which 99 out of 100 people had this special invite, you pay your money, you show your ticket, and the only way you could get a ticket, your name had to be on the list. It wasn't no tickets, it was actually had to have your name on the list, pay your fee to get in, which was some number, it was $125, $150, I don't know what it was, can't remember. It's expensive though, just for an event. And we all got there, we went there, so I see the petitions, I'm like, dang, what's going on? Whatever, I heard about it, okay, we get in there. Once you get past those petitions, oh my God. You talking about something that your eyes have never seen before. My eyes have never, and I've been listening, I've been married a few times, unfortunately, and fortunately, because I learned a lot from them. I've had a lot of relationships in my time. I've seen and done a lot of things when it comes to women. But this here had took the cake. I've never in my entire life, even on watching some porn, could you imagine what I've seen? Because this right here was a porno flick, or whatever y'all watching now, or whatever y'all can think y'all doing. It was nothing. Absolutely nothing to what I seen when I got behind those partitions. It was women, naked, half naked, lingerie. I got there around 9, 10 o'clock. So first, it started off as a party. And I said, okay, this is nice. Women still was half naked. It was settled. Some had lingerie on, some was naked, some wasn't. It's like, okay, I ain't never seen so many people this comfortable in an environment like this. Okay. So we partied. They said, wait till 12 o'clock. They said 12:01, the whole environment changed. I said, how could it change already before my eyes? I see so many comfortable people, all nationalities. White, Asian, black, purple, pink. Every color of the rainbow was at this party. All of higher standards, so the high markiarts, so whatever words you want to use, the higher ups. And we partying, they drinking, they smoking, they doing what they do. Everybody, having a good time. I'm just sitting around looking, peeping things out. Like, okay, cool, this is all right. This is something, a different type of party. But lo and behold, at 12:01, they pulled the mask off. Whoo! They said it's open season. What does that mean? It seemed like they hit a switch. The lights got to flashing. The music got more exotic. The men and the women started taking off more clothes. They even had a room downstairs that you would never know about. And it was about 8 or 9 rooms, maybe 10 rooms downstairs. And as I walked downstairs, every room was something different. I'm talking about dominatrix. I'm talking about swinging from the poles. I'm talking about swinging on swing sets. I'm talking about king or queen size deluxe beds with people on them having sex. I'm talking about, it was the wildest thing I have ever seen in my life, where it was this much sex and mayhem going on in one location, and everybody was so comfortable doing it. I'm trying to find my comfort zone. Like, oh, it's going down in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, this is epic. What is happening? It was too much. It really scared me from what I seen with my own 2 eyes. For real, for real. I thought I was wild. I thought I was freaky. I thought all of that. But to what I seen, I knew nothing about what goes down in the underworld. I heard about it in California, at the parties out there with all the celebrities. This was that. Why am I speaking to that? Because everybody so happens to show you the glitz and glam, but actually they're living a double life. But they won't tell you about that part. So I want to tell y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly of what went on in my life and what I've experienced and what God has pulled me from. And now he's utilizing me to help pull you out of these same dark rooms, get these skeletons out your closet, and try to help you to find salvation or find a better space in your life, stop you from committing suicide, stop you from thinking that you can't be successful, stop you from thinking that you can't make it in this life, in this world. That is what I'm doing right now, and that's what I think God is utilizing me for. So whoever has an ear to hear and eyes to see, then I hope you get what God has for you. But the bottom line is, when you're living a double life, all because you feed the poor, all because you give into charities, all because you do these good deeds, what about the other side? Okay? Now I got 100 more things to tell y'all about how I was living a double life and the things that God pulled me from. But for right now, I'm going to leave it at this message here because I want y'all to know it's getting more and more serious as God prepares me to tell the world on what really happened in my life and what he pulled me and rescued me from. So I want y'all to just stay tuned. I want y'all to keep your ears pierced. And I just want y'all to understand, I'm not doing this for show or games, because I truly am a secretive type of person. And I wrestled all week about delivering the messages that I delivered today, and many more I'm going to deliver. So y'all just stay tuned, stay blessed, and if y'all want to know anything about finances, I ask y'all to come to the other side, and I will ask y'all to zoom in at the wealthyplace.biz. Download the app on your phone or computer and go to your search bar, put in the Wealthy Place, wealthyplace.biz, and it'll pull you into this side of the room. Until then, I'll just ask y'all to just stay tuned. I'll see y'all on Monday, same time, Facebook Live. Peace and love.